There is a male dating coach who is telling the three lies that men tell women to give them false hope and string them along.
All right, here we go.
I am a professional dating coach, and this is 3 lies a man will tell you to give you false hope about you.
Let me tell you my theory about him and men like this guy afterwards.
Okay.
Getting into a relationship with him. Remember, if a man is doing any of these things with you, leave him because you deserve better than that.
God.
Anyway,
Turn it
let's
up.
get into it. Number 1, if you've been dating him for over 3 months and he says to you, I'm not ready for a relationship yet, that's a lie, and this is why. So do you think that if he was dating his celebrity crush for 3 months and she said to him, do you want to be in a relationship with me, he would say no?
That's a good point. We have said that before. Remember our former intern Hugs?
Yes.
There's some girl that's interested in him. Shocking when he was single. and he was like, no, I don't really have time. And I was like, if so-and-so were interested, would you? He's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, you're just not into the person, and that's okay.
I think we said if Jessica Alba, because that was one of his crushes.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba said to you, oh my gosh, Hugs, I need to have you right now. He was like,
it starts today.
100% he would propose.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And yeah, and it's okay not
It's
to be into
okay,
somebody.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. He would jump at the opportunity. Remember, if a guy can't make his mind up if he wants to be with you after 3 months, then he's a very low value man because it shows that he's very indecisive and you deserve somebody. So
Or he's holding out till something better comes along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't mean,
true.
doesn't mean he has low value.
Yeah,
He just,
yeah. Who the hell is this guy?
Or he's just not convinced yet.
Maybe, but 3 months is a pretty good chunk of time.
If you're hanging out 3 months consistently, you know,
You know.
if there's
You
a
know.
future or not.
And
Yeah.
I don't think that it's like that big of a deal for him to say low value, but I do kind of think that, well, I actually do kind of agree with him because it's at 3 months, you know or you don't know.
Right.
And the fact that you're just holding out for somebody else better, that is not cool of you.
Yeah, and I think
So, like whether you like the wording of low value or not, that doesn't make you a cool person in my book.
I think it makes you extra cool. No, I mean, I think
Don't.
women do it too. Men and women both do this where
And I don't think that makes you a great
when they're
woman
dating,
either.
they're kind of like, oh yeah, this guy or girl is real. I like her a lot. Ooh, but if something better came along, then I'd be all in.
I think also people don't like having, and Jason has confirmed this, you don't like having the tough conversation.
True.
You don't like having to be an adult and say the words, I don't see this going anywhere. People just don't do that.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Just
it's
rather
tough.
disappear.
Yeah.
Right. There you
Jason was
ghost.
an early adopter to ghosting before it was even a thing.
was.
I think he might
Trailblazer,
have
really.
founded it.
Yes.
I think.
Pioneer. A pioneer,
If
really.
we traced it back far enough, we might find the origin sitting right there in that scene.
Patient zero when it came to ghosting. All right, so we've had 2 so far?
Just one.
One.
Oh,
Just
one.
one.
Oh, sorry.
So much better. Let's get into number 2. Number 2, when he tells you that he loves you, but he still won't commit to you. If he loves you, he will commit to you, and that's a fact.
Okay, yeah. If you're saying I
Okay.
love you, okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's a low life, dude. Yeah. If you're saying, yeah, I love you, and you don't mean it at all. Yeah.
Well, you want the sexy time to continue?
Low life. Right. Low life behavior.
Because I was guilty of the first one, but I'm not guilty of the second. I would never say I love you if I don't mean it.
Yeah, I think I'll speak for men. I think all men have been guilty of the first one at some point in their life.
The,
Or
yes,
they're
holding
dating
out.
somebody,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, but I don't.
I'm sure there's a lot of men that have said I love you, depending on where it is, because if they say I love you, that might continue the relationship on. They don't want to lose that.
They
Have
probably
you ever
s-
said it, Jason, and you didn't mean it?
100 times.
Yes.
It's 2:00 in the morning. We just got home from the bars. What does this mean? Anything? Oh, yes, I think. Wait a minute. Yeah. Feelings of love, I think. Is it too soon? I don't. It's just me. And then
Do you know what's weird about Jason?
the next morning, it's like, what did I say?
Yeah. This is the
don't love
weird
you.
thing about Jason is that he will say, I love you back in the day. I love you to
Back in
people,
the
and
day.
he doesn't mean it, but will not say I love you to the people he does love.
You were right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're like, it's too vulnerable. I can't
true.
do it. I'm not
What do
telling
you
her.
mean? I'm not going to tell
It
you
means
what-
less if I tell them all the time.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Right.
That's
yeah.
why it's
Carol.
weird.
So you say to a stranger to get what you want, but then someone you truly love, you're like,
I'm not saying that.
I
Not
do
say
it,
that
I
much.
say it to Carol.
A lot?
Well, now if you do it, she'll get desensitized.
You see what I'm saying?
See?
It's got to be
Thank you.
important.
Can't spoil them like
If
that,
you can't give
man.
them flowers every day, then it doesn't mean anything. Every once in a while, you hit them with the flowers, like, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming, and it's so nice.
Jason. Right.
Give them flowers every day. It's like, what's next?
Jason, news alert. I think that there's not a person in the world who has ever said on their deathbed, man, I regret telling my loved ones I love them too much.
I made them
I
feel
regret saying too much.
too secure in my love. I should not have done that.
It
There's
made them
not-
too weak.
Spoiled baskets.
His final
human
words was
alive.
like, "Don't be weak," because I said I love you too much.
Let's see.
I've ruined you. But then if Trashy Trish at the bar at 2 a.m., you're like, "I love you."
I love you so much. Is this love that I'm feeling?
I'm so afraid to even say it.
I don't care that you're doing meth. That's cool. Meth is, no, none for me, but go ahead. Yeah. I love you, though. I love that you do that. I love that you're authentic.
I love that you love math.
You talk about Coke. I prefer diet, but okay.
Oh, you're snorting it. That's fine. Just don't do it at my job. Okay.
And then Carol, who's been married to you for 100 years, is like, I think he loves me, but I don't, he never tells me. I don't know.
I tell her that too much these days.
He said it before the pandemic started, so that's been another couple of years. He might say it again. All right.
Yeah, just things I find odd.
But I remember dating somebody. I mean, I think I came back from my mission for my church, so I was like 21.
Uh-huh.
We dated for a little bit, and she was great. I mean, she was really great. And I remember she started saying, "I love you" to me, and I would just go, "Thank you."
Yeah, because what do you
And I
say?
felt so bad saying it back, or I'm like, I really do like you. And then she would corner me. Do you not love me? And I'm like, well, I love you as a human being. I'm like, oh gosh,
I
it sounds so
know.
bad.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
I really liked her, but I did not love her.
And there's a big difference of love. You can love everybody, but being in love
I was
with
not in
someone
love with her.
is a very
No.
big difference.
That's my go-to. I was like, I have love for you,
Right.
but I'm not in love with you.
In love with you.
Yeah.
The first time Ben ever said it to me, it was over like 2 a.m. chicken nuggets and a corn dog from Cookout.
Wow.
And we had been dating for, not all that long. And he said it. And I was like, oh, I don't think he means it. And then the next morning.
Oh, you're talking to the Nuggets. Yeah. I love you. Get in my belly.
And so the next day we're taking, at the time, our dog, my dog Maisie, for a walk. And I just kind of looked at him and I said, so last night, he said, I meant what I said. I said, oh, God, I was wondering.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
That is a vulnerable thing to
It
be the first
is.
person to say, I love you.
Yeah.
When you're not sure if they're going to say it back.
And I don't, in that moment, I knew right away I wanted to say it back to him. But I don't know that if he hadn't, like, if that moment hadn't happened.
You were probably thinking to yourself that if he's too drunk and I say it, he's going to know that I say it.
Oh, well, I just didn't know if he meant it.
Right.
Or if he
And then
would
the next day he's
remember
like,
saying
oh,
it.
by the way, I didn't mean that, Katie.
Yeah.
And then you would have to be like, well,
Yeah.
me neither, obviously.
Right.
It was-
Obviously.
You're silly. We've only been together for a couple months.
We were drunk. It was crazy.
Early on. I mean, I know it's something for the show we're going to talk about. So that's,
But now he's stuck with me forever.
yeah. Well, I mean, not really. No, he is. All right. And then the third lie that men tell to string you along.
The reason he's saying I love you is to give you false hope
This is continue to love you, but here we go.
Yes.
and string you along. You deserve so much better than that. And number 3, if you're giving somebody boyfriend privileges without them actually being your boyfriend, they want to string you along, they will say this: it's just not the right time in my life for me to be in a relationship with you.
How many times have I heard that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just not, it's not me. I mean, it's not you, it's me. That's what they always say. Oh, just not the right time. I don't have anything to give. And you know what, ladies and men, believe them.
Yeah.
Take them at their word because
Yes.
they actually are telling the
Yeah.
truth.
I'm not saying now, but go ahead, Squid.
I'll say I just recently got out of a situationship. I know.
In a situation.
I mean, y'all know her as Baseball Girl. And
Yes.
we were chilling for a while, and it was maybe about like a week ago. I started feeling bad about hanging out with her because I clearly knew the feelings were getting a lot more further on her end. But I said the first thing and the second thing. I never said the love you part, but the two things the dude says, like I was
First and
upfront-
third, yeah.
the
Yeah.
first and third, like, and I said it and I meant it, and
Believe you.
and I like believe
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think she kind of had like you said, Katie, you used to feel like you could change, like you wanted to change the dudes back in the day.
Yes,
I feel
well,
like maybe in her mind that was like what her thinking, because she also had a kid, and I said that's not
Well,
something I
she
really
was ready
Yeah.
for you to be a
And-
dad.
yeah.
and-
I'm
Yeah.
telling.
But we were on for a little bit, then we got back on. We were on and off, and then this last time we started hanging out, which was like a couple months ago, I again was like, I'm not willing to commit to a relationship, with someone who has a kid. And she's like, okay, that's fine. We can just, have fun and, hook up. I'm like, okay.
FWB.
And then 3 months later, we never had the hard conversations, but I still said what I said. And then she, in her mind, even though we never had that conversation, she thought I changed the way that I was
well,
thinking. But I
you
never
want to know
did.
why? You want to know why?
Because you women don't listen?
No, because the SEX. That's why.
Yeah.
Because your actions weren't matching up with what you were saying.
Yeah.
It was in the sense that I can't do this right now. I don't have anything to give to you. I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman who has a child, but I'll still sleep with you. And so women get emotionally bonded and emotionally attached and think, well, if he's serious, he could just go find somebody else to do this with, but he's choosing me.
Mhm.
And so that is very confusing for a woman.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how confusing
Is
is it when you say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you and I'll hook up with you and have friends with benefits.
What I'm
and
saying
then
is
that's
that-
what you do. They're like, why are you tricking me? It's
Well,
like,
I
I told
don't-
you exactly. Squid said exactly.
Did she say you were tricking her?
Well, no, she said she felt like misled. She said she
Yeah,
felt
tricking.
misled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. I just think it's
So
sex,
you're
emotion.
saying
sex
this, the
complicates
sexy
everything.
time
Yes.
for women, it translates
I
into
can see that.
Yep.
definitely because then I always told Squid, I said, no matter what she says, she wants you to be in her life probably more, and this is a test to try to convince you that you probably want her more than you think right now. So she's gonna make you want a family.
I don't know necessarily if it's like women think, oh, this is a test moment.
Not a test.
But I think that they.
Not a test. She's trying to convince him. She'll hang out with him
Right.
because maybe he'll realize that we're supposed to be together.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
give him
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
time. Give him some time. He'll
Right.
see
Yeah.
that life with me is fun. And I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. So that's why I'm saying when they say those words to you, believe them, but you have to cut off the friends with benefits part if you can't handle that.
You can't handle it. Right.
You know?
Because didn't Squid do the right thing by being straight up instead of just lying?
Yeah.
Yes, but he continued to sleep with her, which.
that's
But
part
he
of the
told
benefit.
her
well,
that
but
though.
did she? So she said she wanted to be friends with benefits.
Yeah, we were on the first time. We broke it off because she wanted to date. I said to the kid I wasn't willing to. And then she reached back out and said, let's just be friends with benefits.
I don't think women are
And
really
then-
capable of. I don't think most women are capable of doing that.
Yeah, and
I think
was
they
like,
are for a short period
For
of time.
a short period of time.
Yeah.
And Squid's so irresistible. I mean,
Exactly.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Look at him.
Nah.
Well,
Well, I just
I
wanted to bring that up because
Look
this
at him.
dude this, in the audio is making it seem like
Oh,
I'm this
yeah.
evil person. Like,
No.
oh, I'm worried. I'm like, the hell with this.
I have a
dude.
theory about guys like this.
Yeah.
These are like the snitches that like are an industry and they
Oh.
get out of the industry and then they tell all the secrets, but they benefit from the secrets while they're working somewhere. Does
Oh,
that make sense?
Yeah, it could be.
And then he's doing to say, I'm looking out for you as a guy, and then girls go with him, and then he's probably sleeping around with all sorts of women.
Oh,
Because I remember I met a guy one time, and he's like, I'm a male feminist. And he says to all the women, and women are like, oh my gosh, I like him. And he used women left and right. Used them nonstop. But it was his way in.
sure. So in a way,
He's like,
you
yeah, he's like,
applaud
men
him.
are pigs. And he would sleep with them and never talk to them again.
But in a way, don't you like want to applaud him because good thinking outside the box.
Yeah, it's definitely manipulation. So yeah.
He should be Jason's king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my theory of guys like that. They're like, oh, I'm looking out for you women to get women.
He also has two other things going for him. He's very attractive, and he has an accent.
Very shallow, Katie.
Yeah.
I only go by the heart. No, he does have the accent.
He
Man,
does.
it's not even fair.
Gets you every time.